you've told the Colorado Springs Gazette recently that you've uncovered 6 cases of sexual misconduct that have not been reported on the part of Ted Haggard.
I am currently investigating. What has happened is it's up to 10 right now. When the Gazette article came out, obviously then people, and it happens in other investigations, cold case crimes that I work on, that people will come forward to me as an investigator, as opposed to immediately going to the media. I found that so many of these people are victims, and they are afraid to come forward because of they have been intimidated by the church or by certain.
But they've come to you to talk to you.
They're coming forward.
Will any of them be going public? Will you be going public with any of this, with the names, with these people? As
they, agree to do so, absolutely.
And are any of them at that point?
We are working on it right now, and I'll be honest with you, I think that my first move, obviously before I would go public with it, would be to contact our district attorney's office, and if my investigation, and if they're willing to talk to the district attorney, if in fact that it is a situation that requires that, I think that would be the first step.
Are any of these individuals underage?
I am looking at probably 3 that I know for a fact that
were underage when this happened.
Right, according to them.
Are any of the stories, are they similar to Grant Haas's, who was on this program earlier this week? Of course, the young man who came forward a week before about sexual misconduct regarding Ted Haggard?
Right. There seems to be an eerie, a method of operation there, an MO that seems to be very, very eerie. And I want to make it, clear that I have people with sexual preference. That is their preference. I have nothing to do with that. I want these people to feel, that they don't need to be intimidated by the church.
Right. You don't have any agenda that's anti-gay.
No,
you just want to
not.
make sure this church is not exploiting and abusing people. We understand that.
And putting up hush money, and then,
Are any of these other individuals people who were paid, saying they were paid money by the church to stay silent?
In all honesty, that's exactly what I'm working on. I've been working on it for the last 3 days, trying to find out, number one, about the insurance, the alleged insurance money, and if these other people were treated in the same way that Grant has been treated.
I want to ask you about, because it's not just Ted Haggard, and that's really part of the problem.
Nope.
He's gone now.
Yes.
Grant Haas told us about other people at the church.
Right.
He told us about Christopher Beard. He also is gone. He left. The church said that there was sexual misconduct with him. You've spoken to him, Grant Haas, about Chris Beard.
Right.
Tell us what you can about him. He was running the 24/7 program, which had a lot of young men in it. They would work them out and watch them shower. That's what Grant Haas told us.
Right. And I'll add that prior to talking to Grant, I have done a lot of research on Chris Beard. On the Friday night before that, on the Friday night that he was actually brought in, I had a source within the church call me and tell me that Christopher Beard had just been brought in. There were some members of the church and attorneys there, and that he was given an opportunity that he either resign, quote, or they were going to call the police. Well, being in law enforcement prior to this, in their release, they said that he admitted having sexual contact with a consenting adult. Well, obviously that doesn't fit with their press release because, and the fact that I knew that he was told, you either resign or we're going to call the police. Well, you can't call the police if he had sex with a consenting adult. So, And then they later say that in another press release that he did admit to having sexual contact with an intern. So that's why I have done quite a bit of work on Chris Beard. He'd been there for 9 years. Grant was told, this came from Grant, by Ted Haggard, that in the beginning, the only person that he was to contact was Chris Beard, and that brought up a lot of suspicion at the church, and apparently that's how the Chris Beard thing came out. But